2018, and in introducing this bill I want to acknowledge the work undertaken by Ed Honohan, the Master of the High Court, who had a huge contribution in relation to the bill. Did it in a non-political way for reasons that out of his experience in the courts. I want to compliment him, Brian Riley from Right to Homes, and I think that it shows, in the context of the work being undertaken by David Hall, that on a pilot project scheme, that he is actually putting in place the scheme in such a way that it shows that this bill can work. Now, the bill then, it keeps the country in line with EU law and European Convention of Human Rights with regarding to the housing crisis and the mortgage arrears issue in particular. It provides for the National Affordable Housing Exchange. It provides for a non-compulsory purchase option for preferred not-for-profit housing agencies. And it expands the mortgage to rent rescue model without having the dead hand of the local authority, but providing a caring hand of voluntary, mutual and not-for-profit housing agencies. The bill reconfigures Awalya as a mortgage resolution agency, and it gives authority for the not-for-profit housing agency designated for the purpose to raise funds on the open market from ethical funds. Above all, this bill, if enacted, will keep people in their homes, and it will bring the vulture funds to heel, the funds that are running up and down this country and causing havoc with families and individuals and causing homelessness and evictions, and it has to stop. As parliamentarians, we have a choice. We can go down the tired old political route, which is stale and out of date, and we can protect the status quo. We can ignore all of what's happening in our courts. We can ignore all the convictions or evictions and the repossessions. We can ignore people that are in distress with their mortgage and living a very poor quality of life. We can say about this bill that it lacks clarity. We can say about the bill that it is not fit for purpose. We can say all of those things. We can reach for any excuse. But I'm asking you not to reach for those excuses. I'm asking every single member of this Parliament to examine this bill with a view to bringing it to second stage so that we can discuss and debate the real issues that are central to Irish society right now in the context of keeping people safe in their homes. And I've said it umpteen times here, the first obligation of government is to keep its people safe. Go to any of the courts, attend any meeting with the vulture funds, and you will see how arrogant, aggressive, and how their lack of understanding pitted against the ordinary individual and gives them no chance whatsoever. They have turned to us and this House, and Ed Honohan and the Right for Homes have given us the option at County Corla to take on board this bill. If it's not perfect, or if it lacks clarity in any way, let's debate it, introduce it. It's not in my ownership. It's a non-political approach to what is a crisis for Irish society. If we don't do it, further people will be thrown to the vulture funds. People will lose their homes. We'll see families devastated up and down this country. And for those that are looking at family farms, they're next. There's a queue in the banks to bring people to court. So my answer to all of that is, please, for this House, to say no to vulture funds. Say yes to families and keeping them in their homes. Support this bill, debate the bill, amend it, add it to it. Do what you like in terms of improving it, but please bring it to the House for a full debate. I'm introducing the bill, but I'm asking every single party and none in this House to please find space on the agenda of the Dáil to debate the bill. So if it's not Fianna Fáil, it could be Sinn Féin, Labour, Fine Gael or anyone else. It could be the Independent Alliance, whoever they are. The critical thing here is that Irish society needs an answer to the problems today. You will not find that answer in the bills that are hanging around this House. And unfortunately, there seems to be a reluctance
to take on the vulture funds, a reluctance to walk away from the institutions and the banks and allow them to fend for themselves.
Thank you, Deputy.
Can I conclude by saying to Count Corla that we are told time and time again by the banks that the protection for the mortgage holder travels with the loan. That is simply not true. And by turning a blind eye, we are allowing the vulture funds to do huge damage to society and families.
Thank you very much.
So please find the time to debate this bill and have it enacted.
Is the bill being opposed?